So now you've got the state of Illinois with the governor who said we have to cut $1.3 billion from education. Thousands of teachers are being laid off across the state of Illinois. Now we have more mandates, more spending. Oh, in fact, 16,000 new IRS employees will be hired in order to go through everybody's income tax returns and to confiscate money if they think that the person doesn't have adequate insurance.
You know, Congressman, we have to play a little sound, an interview that we did earlier with Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky. She talked about that in the end, Illinois residents would actually benefit. This is how she put it.
Actually, the state of Illinois and the people in my district are going to benefit so much by this legislation that the kinds of things and the kinds of small things that we're talking about, the overall taxpayers are going to save. There will be deficit reduction. We finally got the numbers.
Your reaction?
Well, first of all, liberals very seldom talk about deficit reduction. Just in the first 6 months of this year, the Obama administration has piled up nearly $600 billion in additional spending. We're close now to $20 trillion in debt if you extend it out over a few years. I mean, this does not make sense to swell the Medicaid rolls even more. I mean, it's so bad. Walgreens in several states now is saying they're no longer going to honor Medicaid prescriptions because it simply doesn't pay enough money. This is at the same time the federal government wants to add more people to Medicaid, and that's the reason for adding people to health care is to get them into a system where a major drugstore refuses to honor their prescriptions. That's how bad this is.
Congressman, what would it take to get you to vote yes on this bill? How many things would have to be changed?
Well, they would have to start all over again. This is a 2,700-page bill with a 1,600-page fix. It still has all kinds of special interests in it. And in fact, it even attempts to try to solve, quote, end quote, the student loan program, but of course it gives a special exemption to the member of Congress from North Dakota. He can still keep his exemption on it. It's too much. If they took the health care situation, chopped it into 15 bills, you know, first you start off with increasing the number of community health centers. I mean, everybody likes that. Second thing you do is allow mom and pop businesses to have the same tax deductions on buying health insurance with pre-tax dollars as corporations do. That's a winner. Number 3, allow for across-the-line state purchasing of health insurance. That's a winner. Number 4, allow small companies to band together to form large purchasing pools to have the bargaining power to bring down the cost of health care. 5, set up some kind of a special pool system so that those people with truly very difficult, uninsurable ailments can be in a special pool where they can get insurance. All 5 of those would pass. But this present bill does nothing to bring down the cost of health insurance or bring down the cost of delivery of health services. There's nothing in it about tort reform. Nothing in it to stop the incredible increases in premiums. I was talking to a neurosurgeon in northern Illinois. He pays $500,000 a year in medical liability insurance. That's why doctors from Illinois are going across to Wisconsin, where Wisconsin has a pretty good tort reform system that protects the patient and also protects the physician. But, you know, we don't have that built into this bill. There's nothing in this bill that will bring down the increasing size and cost of the of health services.
Congressman, do you think, as of right now, it's clear that they are still half a dozen votes short in the House on passing this? Do you think in the end, though, that the slaughter rule will pass the constitutional muster test?
Well, it probably will, because Congress has given pretty broad discretion on how it does that. It may pass the Constitution test, but it doesn't pass the sniff test. I mean, this thing stinks. If you're in favor of a bill, be on record of in favor of it or opposed to it. Don't use some sleight of hand just to say, well, you know, I really didn't vote for that bill, but I did vote for it. I mean, that's what people hate about Washington, is the deception going on, the arm twisting that's going on, and all these special deals. It's outrageous.
Well, we'll be continuing to follow the very latest on that, of course, and this weekend we'll know a little bit more on whether they're going to use that procedure or not. Congressman Don Manzullo from the 16th District, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Take care.